Hello everyone, and welcome back to Little Paws Homestead. So, the other day I got my wonderful forge back from my friends who were welding it together. Thank you so much. So now, the next step of that long process is to spray paint it. So, this is high temperature spray paint that I got in the automotive section. It's rated to 1300 to 2000 degrees Fahrenheit or 704 degrees Celsius to 1039 degrees Celsius. So it's pretty good. It should last, with the temperatures that I'm planning to get up to. So let's take it outside and get her spray painted. That's it for coat 1, so we're going to let that dry and we're going to do coat 2. Well, it's days later and I've given the forge another coat of paint. We're just need to do the bottom now and make sure that's all good to go, so let's go outside and do that. Everything's all melting now. It's, see, that's actually all the spray paint. But everything's all melting. Bunch of rain and plus temperatures in January. It's ridiculous. There's the underneath. We got some of the side to do as well, actually, now that I notice it. But let's go ahead and paint that underneath. So the underneath is coming along. I have put the first coat of paint on it. We'll put the second one on it after it dries. Today on the homestead, I am going to try to finish up my forge. So here's some of the products that I will be using. This guy is called a Kaolin rigidizer. It's a colloidal silica, water blend. I don't really know what to call it. So its purpose is Kaolin is a ceramic fiber blanket that keeps the heat inside of the forge. So we're going to line the forge with that, and then we are going to spray some of that stuff on it with the spray bottle in order to keep it in place and firm. Next, I have furnace cement. So that is going to go over top of the Kaolin in the forge and provide us a hard surface to kind of keep that Kaolin in there, and to kind of keep everything a little bit warmer. Then we also have some gloves because the Kaolin is very fibrous. You don't want to be handling it and breathing in too much. I'll be using a mask as well. And we have some other stuff outside that we'll be using, so let's go take a look. So we're going to be working out here in the wonderfully cleaned garage. So before we do anything, we're going to have to clear off a place to work, which is going to be this table. So I'm going to take some time and clean it off, and it'll be quick for you and not so quick for me. So that's about as clean as it's going to get for right now. Got a nice big working area now. So we're going to get everything that we need and place it on the desk, I guess. So I was kind of dumb and I saw a spot that I had missed a little bit on the edge. And I decided to spray it. So now it's wet. And now I have to wait for it to dry before I can put it on my table. But these are the other two things that I needed to do my forge that were out here and not inside, so I couldn't show you them then. This is a fire brick. It's a soft fire brick. The hard fire bricks work more like a heatsink, I found out when my first time I tried to build a little one, just out of bricks. It didn't work very well. But these guys should do the trick. It's just for the floor, just to give me something flat to lay things on. And then this is the kale wool. So it goes on the inside, as I said before, to help insulate and keep all that heat in there. It should be about everything I need. So once this paint is dry, we'll be good to go and finally get this project maybe done. I hope so. While we're waiting for the paint to dry, I figured that I would let the puppies out. Nero's being a jerk. Nero, why such a jerk? Maybe I should go let the ducks out as well. Hello, duck. Oh, hello, all the ducks. Let's let you out. We're actually currently trying to find some more ducks so that way we can breed them. So we'll see how that goes. We're looking for Cayuga ducks. They're black. They look really cool. We're back and it's dry enough for my impatient butt. So let's get her over on the table and see what we can figure out. So thing number one is kale wool into the forge. I'm going to go get an actual measuring tape so I can measure the inside of it, because I don't want to fuck this up because I don't have any more of this stuff. There we go. That's what it'll kind of look like. Yeah. And now we get to put the rigidizer in there to firm her all up. My understanding. Yeah! I did realize like halfway working through this that if you have a serrated knife, you want to use that because this stuff cuts a lot easier. But I was almost done, so I didn't bother. Okay, now we get to take the little squirt bottle and try to coat in there the best we can. I'm going to read the instructions one more time. I have about 4 feet of it or so. I think I bought a 4 foot by 24 foot rung. Oh my god, I'm gonna fall. Rung of it. So I do some math and let's see what we can figure out. Looked over to turn the camera off after spraying it and I hadn't turned it on. So it's all sprayed. We're gonna see what that gives us. It's just kind of wet right now. It's getting kind of hard, so we're going to see if we need more or if I did okay. So we're back. It's about, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes later. And it's still, you're not going to be able to see it, but it's still pretty wet in there. Unfortunately, it's pretty cold out. I think it's like -4 degrees Celsius, so we're gonna probably have to bring it inside and let it dry in there. But before we do that, gonna cut out the areas for the burners so I can spray them as well, and so we can yeah, just spray them. So let's grab the old burner that I made so long ago. There we go. So from our hole kit, I decided to go with the 2-inch hole cutter because it just barely fits over that guy. There's a little bit of wiggle room, so when you cut your holes and you put them in, you want the burners to just pop out of this, essentially be flush with it. Ta-da! That was a little nerve-wracking. I only got my glove a little bit, it looks like, so let's do this one now as well. There we go, hole number 2. Look at that beautiful hole. Look at those. It was great. So, brought it in. It's going to dry in the house, and then we'll go back outside and do the fun cement. So it's now about 2 days later. I made the original mistake of leaving it in the garage for a bit to dry, and then I moved it into the bathroom. Ultimately, I set it in a spare room with a fan on it overnight, dried up. But now we're gonna go put the concrete on. Oh, we're gonna try our best here to show you what I'm doing. Essentially, this is just gonna go in there, and gonna wear some gloves and smear it all over the inside. Really hard to kind of see, but there, she's pretty much done. I'm going to have to touch up some other coats, and I'm going to wipe up all the little spots that I hit around the opening of the forge, but she's pretty much cemented. Number one thing that I learned through that is use more rigidizer. When you think you've used not enough, use some more, because I had pieces of the kale wool coming off, but it's all in there. It's going to probably hold, so we'll let her dry and put another coat on, and then we'll see how it works. If you want to see how I built the propane burner, I have a video on that. And yeah, thanks for coming by the homestead. Take care. Make sure to click that subscribe button. Bye.